This is brioche bread, ultra soft, rich, and buttery. The crust perfectly golden. It's a tried and true recipe with that classic high ratio of eggs and butter to flour. Today's video, I'll guide you step by step, so you'll know exactly what to look for at every stage. And the best part, it's so easy, it's hand kneaded. Simple ingredients, eggs, butter, and a little time. Let's get baking. If this is your very first time making brioche, this recipe is amazing. Definitely a little time consuming, but worth every minute. So first, let's activate the yeast because I'm using active dry yeast. If you're using instant dry yeast or fresh yeast, no need to activate. Just mix it straight with your liquid and start kneading. Here, I'm using milk just to activate the yeast. In a bowl, add lukewarm milk, sugar, 2 tablespoons of flour, and the active dry yeast. This step kick-starts the yeast and ensures a strong rise for your dough. Plus, it enhances the flavor, giving your bread that signature brioche richness. Give it a good mix and let it sit in a warm place for 10 to 15 minutes. While that's working, let's get our eggs and flour ready. Whisk the eggs. In brioche recipe, eggs are essential because they enrich the dough, moisture, and a soft, pillowy texture. In a mixing bowl, sift the flour and add half a teaspoon of salt. Always mix the salt with the flour before adding it to the yeast. Direct contact can weaken the yeast activity, and we don't want that. Now, let's check the yeast. Look at that. Bubbly, foamy, exactly what we want. Time to combine everything. Pour the yeast mixture and the eggs into the flour bowl. Brioche dough is an enriched dough, which means it has lots of eggs. Eggs makes it soft, sticky, and a little tricky to work with, but don't worry. Mix until it all comes together. Once combined, cover it and let it rest for 30 minutes to hydrate. Now, let's start kneading. Here's a tip. I spray my working table with canola oil. It stops the dough from sticking and makes kneading so much easier. If you don't have spray, just rub a thin layer of oil or dust with flour. At first, the dough will feel tough and stick, but don't worry, it gets easier. If it's still too soft to handle, you can lightly dust the dough with flour and keep kneading for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, add your soft butter. I always suggest to use good quality butter. Did you know brioche has more butter as an average white bread recipe? That's why it requires longer kneading for the gluten to fully develop. The dough will be sticky at first, but as you knead, it will turn smooth and shiny. Keep going. About 15 or more minutes depending on your strength. If you get tired, take a break, then continue. You'll know it's ready when it's soft, elastic, and passes the window pane test. Now, transfer your dough into a lightly greased bowl. It prevents sticking and makes cleanup easier. Cover the bowl and let it rest in a warm spot for about an hour or until it doubles in size. If your kitchen is cold, place it in the oven with just the light on. No heat, just the light. It creates gentle warmth perfect for proofing. If you have extra time, you can keep the dough in the fridge overnight. That slow fermentation really develops the flavor. Sometimes your dough might overproof and collapse. Don't panic, it happens. Just gently reshape it, cover, and proof again. Once your dough has risen beautifully, punch it down gently to release any air bubbles. I'm making 2 loaves today, so I'll divide the dough in half. One half will be divided into 3 equal pieces, the other into 6. Roll each piece into a smooth ball. This helps them bake evenly and gives a beautiful uniform rise in the pan. When it comes to shaping, you're not limited to just loaves. This dough is so versatile. You can make it into any shape you like. Want soft, fluffy burger buns? Just divide the dough into equal portion, roll into smooth balls, and flatten them slightly before proofing. For brioche dinner rolls, keep them as tight little balls, arrange them close together in a baking dish so they bake up pull-apart style. Or try a braided brioche loaf. Just divide your dough into 3 equal ropes. Braid gently and tuck the ends underneath. Braiding too tightly will stop the dough from expanding evenly, so keep it a little loose, whatever shape you choose. Remember, even sizes mean even baking, and that's the secret to perfect brioche every time. Once shaping is done, prepare your baking mold. Grease it well with spray, oil, or butter. Arrange the dough pieces side by side in the loaf pans. Cover them and allow to rise again until doubled. This is your final proof. In summer, this can be just 45 minutes, but in winter, it might take up to 2 hours. Be patient. Don't rush this step because a well-proofed dough gives you that cloud-soft texture. While the dough is rising, make your egg wash. Crack 1 egg, use just the yolk. Add 2 tablespoons of milk, whisk well. Milk in the egg wash gives a softer, more even golden color. If you want a darker shine, use only egg yolk. When the dough is almost ready, preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius for fan-forced oven. Once proofing is done, brush the tops gently with the egg wash. Don't press too hard, or you'll deflate them. And then into the oven for 30 minutes. Look at this. It's amazing. So good. Just look at that color. Fluffy and so soft. And the smell. Fully buttery. Perfect for sandwiches, French toast, simply to enjoy on its own. So, how was the recipe? Did you like it? If yes, give it a thumbs up. And share it with someone who loves buttery brioche bread. And don't forget to subscribe for more delicious bread recipes. Until then, enjoy every single bite of your brioche.